Awesome, guys. Welcome to day 5 of the 5-day free challenge. I'm so fired up for this. It's going to be fantastic. We got a little bit of a wrap up, and then we got some awesome prizes that we're going to give away. We're not going to do that, though, till next Friday. So it's going to be Friday. What would that day be? That's going to be the 15th, and we will do that at the same time at 7 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. And we will give those suckers away. It's going to be fantastic. But we always like to start with our wins, guys. So what have been your biggest wins from yesterday? What was a breakthrough, something that you learned about implementing routines in your life, and more specifically, nutrition routines?
Oh, okay. So let's see. Today, I did the Forse cocktail again.
Nice.
Um, and I was fasting today, so I ate some at noon. I was at work, but I ate a veggie sandwich, but I noticed that I still was hungry. So there were like, how do you call those? It's like gummy bears next to me,
Okay.
but I was like, no, I don't want bears. I'm still hungry, so I'm gonna get up. I got up. I grab a bar.
Okay.
And I still like I'm just with my water,
Yeah.
and I went over my intake today. So that's what it's been with me. The nutrition is being more conscious and not reaching for. I'm not a cookie, or I don't like pastries, but it's just maybe some candy or something that's in the office. But the gummy bears were right in front of me. Like, no, I don't want gummy bears. I'm still hungry, and this is not gonna help. So I just went and grab a bar, and that helped a lot. So that's very like
Nice.
awareness for me.
Fantastic, man. So would you say you're starting to feel like your routines are shifting a little bit?
Yeah, the very first day actually, was like, wow. It's like I can act like I told you on the call. I cannot come back next day and pretend that I did something good when in fact I didn't. So it's like, it's like I told you, it's like I have a camera right here and you're watching. I don't know what's the deal with it, but it's just that it's what's because it's a support.
I
Um,
love it.
that makes a difference.
For sure, for sure. Anybody else like to share?
Me too. I feel I have a camera watching me all day long.
I love
I
it.
like it. Right
That's
now,
accountability, guys. Accountability and community.
That's very interesting.
I love it. Well, you guys have done
right now,
amazing. I want to acknowledge you both for showing up for 5 days. You've crushed it. You've set time aside. 90% of the battle is just showing up. And you know what you value by where you spend your time and your money. And you guys obviously value your health. You value growth, because that's what this is all about. So that's fantastic. I love it. So I'm just excited to see where you
Mhm.
guys go from this. And we're going to crush this thing together. Cool? So
Cool.
remember, what we're going to talk about tonight is a lifestyle of fitness. And I don't mean just a lifestyle of getting to the gym, even though it's a part of it. But remember, it's 80% what you put into your mind and into your body, and 20% your actual fitness and like the strategy of what you do. So changing those thoughts, that's where we truly come into that lifestyle of fitness. And I want to talk about this, is that the importance of relationships. I don't know if it was day 2 or day 3, but I shared the story of the crabs in a bucket. You guys remember that one? How we're always going to be a product of the 5 closest people to us. So here's the thing. I want you guys to write this down real quick. If you can't, you need to pull over. If you need to do this mentally, you need to come back and watch this again. Write this down now. So you're going to be a product of the 5 closest people to you. And I want you to think about those people right now, even write out their names, who they are, the first 5 people that come to mind. I'll give you like a minute to do that, okay?
Mhm. Okay, I got it.
Good?
Hmm.
All right, so I want you to think about those 5 people. And I want you to think about their level of happiness. and rank that happiness on a scale of 1 to 5. And 1 being they're depressed 24/7, and 5 being that they just love life to the fullest.
Okay, I got it.
Cool. So first level is happiness, just the average of those 5 people. If you got someone who's like super depressed and someone who's super happy all the time, you'd be at a 3. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to think about those 5 people now and rank them on a scale of 1 to 5 based on their income. So a 1 would be they're broke as heck, and a 5 would be they're financially free, you know? And remember, I make it the average of those people.
Okay.
And then the last one I want you to think about is their actual physical body weight. And give that a scale of 1 to 5, of 1 being people who are very out of shape, and then people who are, in shape. Obviously, I want you to think about if it's, 200 pounds or 60 kilos, Sylvia. So I know we're using the metric system down there in Mexico. But here's the reason why we want to do this, guys, is because think about yourself now. Where do you rank in terms of health? And I'm sorry, that was the 4th one, health.
Okay.
And I mean health in terms of like, their lifestyle, not just their physical body weight. So health, happiness, wealth, their income, and then actually their body weight.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where do you guys rank in terms of those? How close are you to those 5 people? Are you pretty similar, or are you far away?
Pretty similar.
Crazy, right?
And I need to change.
Yes. And so now, let me put a little asterisk by this. This isn't to say like once you understand that you're a product of the 5 closest people to you, you just cut everyone out of your life. Obviously, sometimes people closest to you, your family, you can't just kick them out of your life. But you got to understand that sometimes your family isn't going to be at the same place you are, and you need to be. So you love them with a grain of salt, but you love them at a distance. Does that make sense? For example, if someone's super negative in your life and depressed all the time, it's your sibling, for example. I'm not saying you disown them and you never talk to them again, but it's like you can't have that person in your life while they're in a bad place. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I say all that just to say that, like, once you understand that, by putting yourself around people who have what you want, that's how you up level. That's how you raise your game. And that's the importance of relationships. One of my good friends, he always says, life moves at the speed of your relationships. And I truly believe that. Relationships in life are the key that unlocks potential and unlocks other things. Because here's the thing, guys, is that there's a lot of times that we think we know each other, we know ourselves really well, but there's things in us that we can't see, that we can only access through the power of relationships. Does that all make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome. So let's think about how relationships are important when we're talking about transformation. So how could you guys implement, getting around people that have what you want in terms of transformation in your life? I'm talking about physical transformation.
For me, is following their system.
Love it. Awesome.
What was the question? Sorry.
How can you implement being around people that have what you want and up-leveling your relationships in terms of your physical transformation, Sylvia?
So with being around people that have the results that you want?
Yes. Would it be just like joining this community, for example? I guess it was kind of a loaded question. You know what I mean? So I wasn't trying to trick you there. I was just saying that it's imperative to get around people that have what you want. You know, follow results in your life. So whether it's transformation, accountability, encouragement, that's what we're looking for, to get around people that throw gasoline on our fears. Throw gasoline on our dreams and water on our fears. We don't want people to throw gasoline on our fears. We don't want that. So,
and I also think that, for example, for me, I have relationship, like right now, I'm coming out from a party of my kids.
yeah,
And like those are moms that I have to be around her, around them, even though I want another result.
yes,
But right now that I am here in this challenge, like I don't care if I am the weird one, you know what I mean? Like
totally. So here's the thing, guys, is what's going to happen once you start to change your life. Remember, like I told you today, Sylvia, like if someone was going to punch you in the arm and you didn't know it was coming, it would hurt a lot worse than if you were able to flex. Still going to hurt,
right.
but it's not going to hurt as bad. So what happens in life, guys, is first people make fun of you. That's the first thing. Just know it's coming. They're the crabs in a bucket. They don't realize they're doing it. They're pulling you back down. Then they admire you. They say, man, like you really lost a lot of weight. That's fantastic. And then they're going to want to join you on this journey. So just know it's going to happen like that. But here's the thing, guys, is the most loving thing you can do is not lower your bar. Meaning like I'm up here, and I don't mean like I'm in a place where it's better than you. We all have our challenges, you know. It's just we're a little further along the journey than other people. But the most loving thing you can do for those people is not lower your bar, because that helps them stay there. You say, hey, come up here. Instead of let's go into the bar, let's go get a workout in. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a very simple example. So this has happened for me in my life, guys, quite a bit. I realized that there were some people in my life that weren't getting me to where I want to go. I specifically remember one of my friends from college. We're best friends, we were roommates, and just realized that he was just at a place that he wasn't really like helping me get to where I was. And he was just kind of dragging me down in a sense. So I actually had to separate myself from him for a while. But the cool thing is now he's pursuing his own fitness. He's pursuing his own business. And we talk a lot more now. And it's funny. It's like sometimes you have to let go of something in order to get it. So I just want you guys to be aware of that as you continue this transformation, this journey, this personal growth, that's what's going to happen first. People are going to mock you. They're going to laugh at you first. They're going to think you're weird. Then they're going to admire you because they all want to do it. And then they're going to join you on the journey. Some people will, some people won't. But just know that as you continue on this is coming. Does that help a little bit?
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. So I think about this in my life, guys, is I have a mentor, and he told me this. He told me these words. I'm a words of affirmation guy. That's my love language. And he told me he was the first male that ever told me that he believed in me. And I remember that was throwing gasoline on my dreams, where it just took me to a place. And I just want you guys to know, I believe in you. I believe in you. Whatever you're going for, you can hit your fitness goals. You will hit your fitness goals. You can hit your business goals, your relationship goals. Remember, there is no failure in life. There's only winning, and then there's learning. Either we get the result we want, or we find a way that we can do it better. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So the cool thing is, guys, is as we go through this journey, I see people transform and start to implement this stuff. And I always see it about the 4-week mark, where people start to really just transform and go after new things that they want in their life. And the power is, guys, is relationships. Because when you get around people who are up-leveling themselves, it starts to challenge your thinking. Remember, when we're like, misery loves company. So when you're like in a low vibration, you're going to attract what you are. And I've experienced this as well. Like a couple months ago, I was in an extremely low vibration. And guess what? I was attracting that. You start to see the other crabs come around. So just remember that the key, guys, is relationships. It's other people. We're all hardwired to love relationships, to want to be in community. I mean, think about this. like why there's like gangs in the world, gang violence. Because a lot of those children grow up without a father. They crave that relationship and they find community in a gang, you know, and maybe that's a bad example, but I'm just trying to input you guys with the power of relationships. So tell me about a couple of relationships or one relationship in your life that has helped you raise your level, raise your game, guys.
Let's see. Um, so you want me to choose one, the most recent, or the one that has helped me the most?
Just one, just the first thing that comes to mind.
Well, I think the people I'm surrounding myself with right now.
Yeah, go for it.
I am in a group with. I mean, I'm doing a certification in neurolinguistic programming. So the people that I see every week are the not all of them though, but the I'm a leader of a team. So the ones that are in my team, I feel that I can connect with them, I can learn from them, but also my teachers and other masters in neurolinguistic programming that are there to support. So those are the people who these are the people that I wrote down. The five that you said, this is the people that I wrote down.
Yeah,
Those are the people who believe in me, who said you're gonna go far, and that say it's just keep practicing, don't stop, and you will see the change. And they're telling me sometimes, Jaime, we noticed that you have improved in your how to control your emotions. I see you talking differently. I see you communicate better. So when they tell me that, is that okay? I can appreciate, but also I believe that is happening. Um, and that's the people that I've been around with since last year January. So
I
it's
love it.
big. It has made a big change.
Fantastic. What about you, Sylvia?
Yes, for me too. I recently I'm working with a person that is a super action taker,
Hmm.
and at the beginning, like I just saw her doing it, but then within a couple of weeks, I've seen her growth.
I love
So
it.
now I'm like, whoa, I got a action, and she has made me do things that I like. There are little things that I am feeling the growth, like simply talking in front of the camera, um,
Great.
making little actions that are super important, that seem little, but the results are great.
That's fantastic. Awesome. I love it, guys. So just remember that the key to growth is through relationships. So the cool thing is in today's day and age, it doesn't have to be just in person. We can do this like I'm talking to you guys, you know, Jaime's in Chicago and Sylvia's in Mexico. Like so cool. So we can do this in a lot of different ways. It doesn't have to be just like I see someone twice a week, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
remember in day one how we ranked ourselves on a 1 to 5 in those 5 areas? Do you guys have that handy?
Number day one. Okay.
So we ranked those 5 areas where we can improve mindset, nutrition, exercise, sleep, and hydration. You guys remember that?
I have it.
You got it?
Yes.
So what I want you guys to do is go back and give yourself a number where you're at today and base it on what you've done over the past 5 days. Cool?
Yes.
Hmm.
And I want you guys to see how much you've improved. Remember, we wanted that number as close to 25 as possible.
Wow. I think I missed it because which I'm looking at my notes, but where are the areas?
So it was mindset, nutrition,
Mm-hmm.
exercise, and sleep. I'm sorry. It was Wednesday we did that. So day 3.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
My apologies. I said day 1. It wasn't day 1.
Day 3. Okay.
You see that?
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, got it. Here it is.
Cool?
Okay. Mhm.
So let's rate ourselves based on the past 5 days.
Okay.
Cool?
Mhm. Exercise. Okay.
So if you're watching on the replay as well, I want you to do this right now. Rate yourself over the past 5 days of what you've improved on. So where was your number at when we started on a scale of 1 to 5? And where are we at today?
Okay.
Mindset,
Okay.
nutrition, sleep, and then water intake.
Okay. Okay.
So what was your number first, Jaime?
So what for the minds? I think instead of mindset, I wrote down a strategy. Um, but you know what? For that one, I don't have it, but I do see an improvement. So I think I don't have it, but back on Wednesday, I think it was around 3. So I can just go up to 5 now.
Great.
And
Fantastic,
then
man.
for rest, I have 4, and then I have 5.
Love it.
And
Love it.
for hydration, I had 4, and then now I'm 5, which is I went over today. And the
Nice.
other one, exercise, that one is remained the same. The only thing I was doing, I usually do like an hour, but I was doing the 10 minutes, and
Okay.
I think I just missed one day. But I think I have 4 on that one. But what I was interested in the most, and I was interested in resting, the hydration, and the mindset,
Love it.
because exercise is it's easier. No, it's not easier. It's more effective for me. But those areas were like, okay, I need to work on those.
Fantastic. What about you, Sylvia?
For me, my number was a 12,
Uh-huh.
and today it's 18.
18? Let's
Oh,
Yes,
go.
oh,
I
Nice.
well today I learned that not eating, I mean, under eating, it's not good. But
Yes.
I think for me it's a win that I am not craving. You
Yes.
know, like I feel like a win, and the hydration today I got it. Here I got.
Yes. There we go. I love it. So look how much you guys can improve in just 5 days. That's pretty freaking awesome, right?
mm-hmm.
Now, here's the goal of this, to keep that thing going. You know, so it's easy to get really excited about something, but when we honor the commitment to ourselves, we produce consistency and momentum in our life. So it's easy to get fired up for some. January 15th, they say 80% of New Year's resolutions fail. Mostly, I believe, because people haven't gone through the goal setting process. They don't have a clearly defined goal, they don't have an unstoppable why, and they don't have a system to follow. But
Mm-hmm.
they're also fired up, and it's going to happen. You're going to have some hard weeks, but that's the power of relationships. So I want to give you guys a couple tips on how to stay on track, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And this falls into the power of community, okay?
Okay.
So number 1, make sure it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure it's fun. If it's not fun, it's not going to be sustainable. I always tell people, if you love yoga, do yoga. If you hate CrossFit, don't do CrossFit. So
Yeah.
there's tons of ways that you can keep it. You can make it fun, but it's mostly fun around community when we have other people doing it with us. So that can be as easy as, hey, I'm doing this workout tonight. Do this link. Let's do it together and let's talk about it afterwards. Okay? Or it can
Mm-hmm.
be, hey, let's meet up. Let's go for a hike this weekend. So it's much more fun around people. Remember that, okay? Number 2, guys, we talked about this on day 1, action. So this is sustaining transformation in your life. Life doesn't change by just thinking about it. When in life has something ever changed by just thinking about it? Right?
Mm-mm.
That's why, like, it's so important to pray, but people who just pray don't see results in their lives.
Yeah.
Faith without works is dead. Remember that. So life doesn't change by action, but without action. So it's like they say, oh man, I'm forgetting the quote. But basically saying like action without a direction is better than inaction with no direction, you know? So when in life, guys, have you found anything to become better just by thinking about it? Yeah, it doesn't happen. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people who are just thinking about it their whole life and then life's over. So I just want to encourage you guys, like, it doesn't have to be perfect. When in life are you ready to have children? Probably not, you know? When in life are you ready to start that job or start that business? It's just, you just got to do it. And once you do it, you figure it out. They say the definition of an entrepreneur is jumping off a cliff and building a plane on the way down. So just want to encourage you guys, take action, take action, take action. Like, it doesn't get better by waiting. It doesn't get better by just thinking about it. So number 3, guys, acknowledge your wins. Wins are key. Remember, that's why gratitude is so important, especially starting your day with it. Because what you appreciate will appreciate, gets more value. What you focus on will expand. The challenge is most people focus on the negative. So people repeat what they feel rewarded for. So if you notice, guys, I acknowledge you every time you guys show up to this. Because I want you guys to do more of this. You know, I want you a part of this community. I want you guys to hit your goals so you can do this yourself. So when you have a win, celebrate it. When you make a sale, celebrate it. When you get your workout done, celebrate it, because what you appreciate will appreciate. You know, it's going to grow. I want my bank account to appreciate, right? I don't want to depreciate. Yeah. You know? So number 3 is wins, guys. And then number 4 is this: giving. Give to others. You know, remember, there's 2 ways to learn something, guys. You can learn it just to regurgitate it, like our school system taught us. Like, I'm going to learn biology and then just take a test, and I'm going to forget it the rest of my life. Or you can learn something to teach it. So if you are sitting here and listening to me talking, and you're just like, if I just gave you a quiz after this and then you never saw it again, you wouldn't retain that information. However, if you're thinking about, man, Jaime, I can teach my nephew this. How would I teach this to him? Then you're gonna keep that information and you're gonna assimilate that information much better. Sylvia, if you're thinking, man, how can I teach my boys how to eat healthier, or how to incorporate exercise into their life, or how can I help, you know, my mom or my sister or whoever it is with this? If that person comes to mind, you guys are going to retain that and you're going to really put that into practice. That's why it's so important to write stuff down too, because even if you don't ever look at that information again, you retain 80% of that. Pretty cool though, right?
Yep.
So guys, what's been most helpful so far?
That it is important to have a community that's fun, that's supporting, and that especially the one that's like celebrate a win. Because I think I just take it for granted. It's just like, okay, I did it, and I forget the time that it took me to get, for instance, to be I'm a fitness instructor, so it took me a time. For me, it's like every time I finish a class and I see people having like telling me thank you for the class, I take it for granted because I've been doing it for like 2 years. So that's the one I want to celebrate my win, whether it is like trying fish for the other day. Like, okay, I like this, so I have to like acknowledge myself for trying.
Yeah.
And I share it with friends. So that's the one, just to like give a pat on my back and say, good job, man, good job.
Yeah. Because remember, like, we do it unconsciously. What we focus on will expand. It's just most people are focusing on the negative. So guess what they get in life? They get more of what they don't want.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So what's been most helpful to you, Sylvia?
For me, realizing how much my number went up. So
Mm,
like really understanding the importance of tracking.
yes.
Even though, like you said to me before, like even though I fall off track, it's important because your mind doesn't dimension the win or the lose. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. So focus on the wins. Guys, like you're going to be a product of the story you tell yourself. So why not make it a good one? Why not make it a good one? So I'm so proud of you guys. So what I want to know is what's going to happen for the people who choose to apply to this program and for the people who don't. So is it okay if I share that with you one more time? Awesome.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, guys, is that what we've talked about over these 5 days isn't just going to happen within these 5 days because the challenge is community. So Sylvia, I want to acknowledge you. You're already part of the Transform in 12. You've taken action and you're going after this thing. And I'm so proud of you for doing this. So if you guys are, hesitant about this, just know that that's a good sign. It's a good sign to feel hesitation because that means usually you're moving in the right direction. If you're just sitting on the couch, if you're just thinking about it, there's no resistance there. But that resistance is designed and it's there because it means you're moving. It doesn't mean, like when you encounter resistance in life, guys, it doesn't mean that that's the wrong decision. That's just confirmation. So remember this too. The hesitation and the temptation to quit is always going to be highest right before your breakthrough. So right before you get that, you're going to feel like, gosh, this is the hardest it's ever been. Stuff just sucks. So Sylvia, even though this is day 1 for you, just know it's coming. You got some hurdles coming. And you know what? There's going to be people that bring donuts to work. And you're going to be asked to go out to eat and grab tacos with friends and drinks. And you're going to have to say, you know what? I don't want to do this. I'm going to have, vodka and soda instead, and I'm going to eat a salad. But remember, when you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. And when you say no to something, you're saying yes to something else. So here's the thing, guys, is that the reason why I stopped being a personal trainer and I shifted to my business being like this is because I want to create a community that helps people accomplish what they want.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that in the gym. You can do that around a community. But when we're all collectively going after the same thing, shifting our mindset, raising our standards, shifting the way we see things, that's where transformation truly happens. Because remember, when you change your thoughts, you change your results. Or not automatically, but you change your thoughts eventually. You change your results eventually. So what you're doing is you're making a commitment to yourself that your transformation, your dream, and the reason why you're worth it is going for that. And for those who don't apply, it's basically what they're saying is this: I'm just going to do this on my own. I'm going to continue doing this, and I'm just going to keep down the path that I'm on. But the challenge is this, guys, is that remember, we're designed to be in community. Like, we are always going to be a product of the 5 closest people. So, and I know in my life, when I haven't had a coach, when I haven't had that community around me, I haven't gotten the results I want. And I realize that now. So now I put myself around that on purpose. I seek out those people. Because remember, I know it's going to take 67 days for something to become a habit. 67 days. Remember that. And that's why the program is 90 days. Because it gets you through that hump. It gets you over that. And you'll be able to maintain this and keep it going. So if you're watching this on the replay and you want to apply for this, tell me in the comments and I will drop you the link and you can apply for the program. And remember, guys, this is only for action takers. This is people who want to change their life and aren't, just looking for something new to try, because that doesn't happen. That's not where things change. So I'm so honored, pumped to have you part of this program, Sylvia. And also, Jaime, I know we're going to chat a little bit after this. I would love to have you a part of this as well. But are you guys ready for your assignment now?
Oh yeah, give it.
Cool, cool. So remember at the beginning we said fitness is 20%, or a lifestyle of fitness, I'm sorry, is 20% your actual fitness and 80% what you put into your mind and into your body. So I want you guys to think about this. This is your way to think. So remember what we chatted about last night and the replacement theory. You know, when you are putting something new into your life, you have to remove something to add the new. If you just cut something, you have a void there. You have to replace it. So I want you guys to think of these 5 steps, okay?
Mm-hmm.
These 5 steps are the things that you're going to keep into your life that are going to really help you hit your fitness goals. And number 1 is to get 8 hours of sleep. That's your goal.
Okay.
Because remember, the easiest way to lose body fat is through sleep and water. Number 2, guys, is practice your gratitude. Practice that on a daily basis. Number 3, we've already done this, drink plenty of water. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, move your body, work out. 3 to 5 times a week, 10,000 steps a day. Number 5, guys, is set daily goals. One thing you want to accomplish today. Because think about this. If you lose 1 pound a week, you'll lose 50 pounds in a year. If you make $500 an hour, you'll become a millionaire in 1 year. It's small. It's broken down. And that's all it is, you know? And then here's your bonus thing. If you just are having a crappy day, drink some coffee and get after it. That's all you need to do, and you'll be good. So that's your way to think, guys, okay? So I got workout number 5 coming for you. This is going to be a recovery day workout. It's going to be a lot more movement and mobility, but it's all body weight, and this is a fantastic way to help your body recover, help to get some more mobility, but then also, too, this is a way to, like, change your state throughout the day. If you're feeling kind of funky, do this stretch. It's like 7 minutes long, and you'll be good to go. Cool? And then I got a fantastic recipe for you guys coming. It's my favorite healthy dessert. So Sylvia, I got some good desserts for you, but they are my primal collagen protein bites. And they're freaking fantastic. So if you're watching on the replay, remember to check your email because that's where you're going to get all this stuff, and we're going to be good to go. So this was day 5, and we have crushed it this week. I am so proud of you guys.